all cases, the people I seen in this recurring dream herald from the projects. The next number in this piece is the number 3. This piece is called S23BPD. In the month of February 12, 2002, I recorded this dream in my dream book. Again, I dreamt about people killing each other. In this dream, I dreamt that I seen a black lady chase her daughter or someone she knew with a knife in her hand. The lady who held a knife chased the young girl down a flight of stairs. This incident took place in an office building. Then the next thing I seen in this dream were 2 foreign-looking men who both pinned down another man on the floor. And these 2 men began to use an electric saw upon this man whom they had held down. The last thing I witnessed in this dream was that I seen black kids in the streets, and then I heard someone tell me about a pathogen in the hand. A pathogen can be a bacteria or virus that can cause disease or a plague. The next number in this piece is the number 4. This piece is called S24BPD. In the month of February 26, 2005, I recorded this dream in my dream book. I dreamt that I stayed with or lived with a Jewish family who lived inside an apartment building. This particular apartment was stationed upon a high floor. This apartment had a terrace which overlooked the Atlantic Ocean. And then these Jews I lived with in this dream were suddenly attacked inside the apartment by Russians or Dominican-looking individuals. Next, I found myself on a terrace, and I looked over this terrace, and I seen an old Jewish woman run out of this high-rise building. And then I seen white-looking men rush inside this particular building where I just seen the old Jewish woman flee out of. Then I got the impression that these white-looking men who had just entered this building was now in the building so they could kill only Jewish men who were still inside this complex. Somehow I felt I was around Coney Island. And then the next thing I seen in this dream were a group of black men. These young black men attacked 2 white cops that were yanked off their horses. Some of the black men whipped one of the cops with some kind of twig, while the other black men held the other police officer in a headlock. This incident took place in some kind of public housing facility, which might have been next to the Jewish complex I was in earlier in this dream. And the last thing I seen in this disturbing dream were a large number of black women who looked like they were who looked out of their project windows and who also hanged out on their project terraces. I got the impression that these black women who looked out of their window and who also looked or hanged out on their terraces were offering sex for money. The next number in this piece is the number 5. This piece is called S25BPD. In the month of March 20th, 2005, I recorded this dream in my dream book. In this dream, I dreamt I walked down a block inside an inner city area, and I seen a group of black men in front of an apartment building. And I spotted one person among the black men who stood in front of this particular apartment building. This person I spotted looked like a person I know. Then the person who looked familiar to me called me over, and then I heard this particular individual say he wants to hurt me. Then he sent over a guy to come after me with a baseball bat in his hand. This person with the baseball bat also said to me, he will hurt me. Immediately I removed myself from this area and I entered a subway station. And there in the subway station I ran into other black men who appeared to me that they wanted to be left alone. The next number in this piece is the number 6. This piece is called S26BPD. In the month of October 6, 2005, I recorded this dream in my dream book. In this dream, I seen a group of black men chase several individuals in Fairfield Towers, which is located in Brooklyn's East New York district. Then the next thing I seen in this dream was the Starrett City community, and I became aware of a strong presence of fear around Starrett City. The next number in this piece is the number 7. This piece is called S27BPD. In the month of December 8, 2005, I recorded this dream in my dream book. In this vision, I seen 2 black men inside a car, and one of the black men said something to a prostitute. Then I seen another prostitute walk down a narrow street. I felt I was near water or the ocean. The night sky had a few stars out. The moon was also out and very close to the earth. Then incredibly, my eyes focused upon a giant object that moved slowly in the night sky. Then I became very afraid because this giant object in the sky looked like a UFO. This strange object resembled a bridge that was cut in half. Then I told people who were around me to look up in the sky. After I told the people around me to look up in the sky, then I found myself at the entrance of some kind of car tunnel. I was unable to see the end of this car tunnel. Then suddenly I heard screams and I seen people run. Next I observed white streaks of lights or bullets being shot through this particular tunnel. Later I witnessed people form mobs based on their race. I seen white people group up with other whites, and I seen black people group up with other blacks. Then an Asian man who wore a pair of shorts accidentally walked into the group of black people. Suddenly the black men grabbed the Asian man, and then I seen these black men place a firecracker inside the Asian man's rectum. Then the firecracker had gone off. Next I witnessed black men attack two white police officers who sat upon two horses. Later I believe the mob of blacks had done something with the two police officers, because I did not see the officers anymore. But I did see one black man who sat at a table, and I seen this black man who sat at the table eat a horse's penis. Then I heard someone say to the man whom sat at the table, he's sexing up his food. Moreover, I beheld a middle-aged black woman forced by the mob to violently slap a child. I deeply sensed the lady who had just slapped this child did not want to hit this little girl. In this vision, I felt I might have been around the Fort Greene area or around Dumbo, which is also called down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. And I have a drawing of this dream. Like I said, in this dream, I've seen something that looked like a half-bridge fly slowly in the air in this dream, and it looked like a UFO to me. The next number in this piece is the number 8. This piece is called S2-8BPD. In the month of May 23rd, 2006, I recorded this dream in my dream book. I dreamt I was outside somewhere, and I ran into a lady who held a teddy bear in her arm. This woman with the teddy bear asked me if I would like to share a cab with her. I said okay, and then we both rode inside a cab together. While I was inside the cab with this lady, she then told me how she won this teddy bear at Coney Island. Then suddenly, the driver of the car we were in was attacked by a group of black men who assaulted the cab driver as his car stayed idle in the streets for a few moments. These black men used sticks and other things to break the taxi window. The girl I was in the car with was quickly snatched out of the automobile. Then right after the mob extracted this nice woman out of the car, a strong feeling of fear and hopelessness began to pour into my soul. This event took place in the daytime. The next thing I seen in this dream was that now I was inside an apartment building with a black family. There was a woman inside this apartment who tried to jump out the window with a homemade parachute. Then I witnessed the man of this house stay close with one of his children who was in the bathroom. Then I seen this child who was in the bathroom retrieve a jar of peanut butter from out of the toilet. Then I heard voices behind this apartment door. It sounded as if the people who stood behind this apartment door wanted to force themselves into this apartment. But before I left this particular dream, I looked out of this apartment window and I seen several dead-looking Arab men on the grounds below. I thought to myself, these Arab-looking men might have been pushed out of someone's apartment window, or these Arab men might have been killed outside. Next, my dream showed me a foreign-looking black woman inside a semi-empty church. This foreign-looking woman drank alcohol inside this particular church, and also seen her spit alcohol out of her mouth. Then I noticed other empty bottles of alcohol spread across the church floor. The next number in this piece is the number 9. This piece is called S2-9BPD. In the month of May 24th, 2006, I recorded this dream in my dream book. In this month, I dreamt I seen a group of black children who all roamed the streets. Then I beheld some of these kids behave violently towards one another. The next number in this piece is the number 10. This piece is called S2-10BPD. In the month of July 27th, 2006, I recorded this dream in my dream book. I dreamt I seen white men who ran